Hi everyone and welcome. It is Marcie Besecker here and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I have a really fun project to show you today. It's an oldie that I've used some time ago and it is a lot of fun and it's a great gift idea. I was asked the other day, how did I give away my cards? What do I do with all my cards that I have? So I am going to show you an idea, of course, as soon as I can sign on my page here and see comments. There we go. So I decided to show you an idea that I've used. Now, I got this idea from Karen Titus at least 5 years ago, if not more. I saw a video that she did and I thought it was like a brilliant idea on how to do this. Some days I have like a little tiny lapse in time, and sometimes I don't. It's kind of weird, so bear with me if I'm like doing like this is kind of a weird deal here. So I have a fun project to show. What I'm going to do is show you some different ideas of how I've done it, and I have an old one from the past I'll show you that I have some swaps and stuff in, and then I have some newer ones that I've done and one that I'm going to work on now, and I'm going to create gifts for my daughter and my daughter-in-law for Mother's Day. So let's just jump in. There was something I was going to show you. Oh, I'm going to be doing a raffle today, so I have to do it after the video's over from the comments because that's how our name picker works. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually add the people's names that do it during the live. So if you guys could share this video, I would really appreciate that. And you will go into a drawing. Let me know that you shared, and that would be awesome. So I'm going to announce it again in a little bit. But by the time at the end of the day today at 10 o'clock Pacific time, I will take everybody that shared this video and I will put them into a drawing and pick a winner, and you will win this cute little Sending Hearts add-on. So the Sending Hearts add-on is I will mail it to you. Cute little add-on, and it goes with the snail set. You can use it with that, but it's actually an add-on to the paper pumpkin. So that's what you will win. So you'll go into a drawing. So please do share my video. I'd appreciate it. And you'll notice I put a new banner up at the top. I know a lot of times I don't like to jump over to the banners that come up like during while I'm working on stuff or chatting or whatever. And I kind of do it towards the end. And I've had people say, where do I shop at? It's also in the link below. The other one thing I wanted to mention before we get started is I've had lots of people message me and ask me about my dies and how I store them and where do you get this. So in the description here, it's Stampin' Storage, and the size is on there. The link and everything to the product is listed below. But if you go to my blog on the right-hand side, below my shop information and below the catalogs, you'll see the Stampin' Storage logo. I am an affiliate for them, so I would really appreciate if you use that link or the link below here, and that is where I get them, and they're amazing. So that is answering that question. Hello, everybody. Kara, Nola, Barbara, Margaret, Joanna, Stephanie. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Carol, I do too. I've mentioned it before. I've used different storage, the Avriel. I've used the magnets from the Vince, magnets from Amazon. These are by far my absolute favorite, and love them. Oh, Cynthia, I'm glad. I'm glad you did. So you found somebody local in your area? A lot of people do ask me that, like, oh, should I find somebody local? You don't have to. With social media the way it is now, my upline is not local. She's in Texas. I'm in California. She is just somebody I saw online, and I've been friends with her for several years just online, and seeing what she does. I liked what she did. I liked how she did stuff. She does a lot of community stuff and a lot. She has a team. She's very active, and so that's why I chose her. And I liked how she crafts and that kind of thing. So I like to have that connection. Hi, Patty. Thank you, Nola. Thanks, Steph. Oh, Carol, thank you. All right, everybody. So let's get started. So again, don't forget to share to get the go in the drawing for the free gift. So I will draw tonight, and I will post on my Facebook page. So Marcie Besecker Designs, go there, and I'll post that tonight. You're welcome, Cynthia. I'm glad you decided to. I think you're going to love it. And then don't forget tomorrow, if you're a demonstrator, that it is time to sign up for the on tour. I'm so excited. So we're going to do that. All right, so let's get busy and let's start doing some crafting. So this is what I created. There's a couple different things. It's super, super simple. All the directions will be on the blog, of course. I only did 3 cards for in here. Now this set happens to have matching cards. This is just a flap here. The ribbon is going to hold your cards there. Okay, I haven't put my envelopes or anything in, and this will hold 8 cards, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I'm not going to do a demonstration on this, but I'm going to show you how to make the card. I call it a folder, the card folder, or I put a gift holder. So I did make these cards to add in here. So you could really create this to add your cards to match the whole folder, or you can mix match and just put miscellaneous cards in there and send them off to someone who likes to receive cards. Now, I did this for Christmas one year and everybody loved it because they just got just a group of miscellaneous cards. So I put in birthday and just different things like that. So this is my old one that I had. You can tell it's a little worn. So this is an old one that I had from years ago. You can probably tell if you're a Stampin' Up person how a long time ago this was. And these are some of my old swaps that I did. And so I put these in plastic bags, but I really don't think you need to. And then I think this one was just from a long time ago, but these were swaps that I did. And I just put them in and then tied this up. So I'm going to show you how to make it. And so this is just my quick little, mainly focusing on the folder, but I wanted to show you some different ideas. You can just this is basically make a card front and add it on your folder and then put what you want inside. So let me show you what we are going to create today. So I'm making these for my daughter and my daughter-in-law for Mother's Day. So I went ahead and did the butterflies because you know how I had lots of butterflies and I was kind of already, getting ready to go. So be very careful with your bow and your ribbon. You could put some eyelets in there or something to strengthen that up if you want. And so what I ended up doing with this one is I went ahead and put 4 cards and 4 envelopes on each side. And you've already seen the cards. You probably didn't get to see them all finished. I did add Wink Stella on all of them. I just splattered and added my rhinestones. So now they're all finished, Wink Stella and rhinestones. So I just put one of each colored card base on each side. And so here again, you've got 4 and then some envelopes. So I thought this was a really cute idea. Since somebody had asked what do I do with my cards, I thought I would show you. This one I'm going to go ahead and match them for the girls. And they are just going to say a little note because then they can just add whatever they want in there. Right, Karen? So Be careful again tying your bow. It just needs to be loosely tied. You just kind of want the front and the back. Let the strength be your bow, not on your paper. All right, so there we go. I'm going to put these in envelopes, and they will be mailed. Actually, yeah, they're going to be mailed to them because that's not until May. So my granddaughter's birthday is coming up, so we're going to be doing that. So this shows you how loved my piece of paper is, but I did find it online, so I'm going to attach that in my blog, so don't worry about that. So using the scorer is how I recommend do it. You know, Karen, my daughter is very crafty. She does crocheting and repurposes furniture and does stuff like that. But my granddaughter is turning 6 this month, and I started her with paper pumpkin. And every time she comes here, she lives out of state, but every time she comes here, she's always like, Ani, are we going to go in your craft room and craft? So I make sure that that's what we're going to do. All right, I am going to just move this to the bottom. Actually, I am going to turn that off right now, so hold on. I want you to be able to see up at the numbers, although, you know what, it's only going to be a second, and it's really easy. So on the long side, we're going to do 5 and 6. And again, this will all be on my blog. And on the short side, it's 6 and 6.5. That's it. So super simple. It'll be on my blog. All right. So I did a little chart, which will also be on the blog, but it just kind of shows you here. So I do the scoring at 5 and 6 and at 6 and 6.5. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to wedge off the edges. We're going to get rid of the squiggly parts. Okay. And then we're going to fold it and score it. Super simple. All right, I like to do my cutting with my larger scissors, especially when I'm doing my wedge part. So we're going to go ahead and wedge. Let me look here. We're just going to wedge to the first line. And it's just a little bit, not a whole lot. All right, we're going to wedge again to the first line. And then we're going to go up to the second line. Okay. Wedge to the first line, and then up to the second line, and then wedge to the first line. Now I bring in my little scissors. Oh, thank you, Karen. It's very sweet. And I'm just going to cut this right here. I like to do all my cutting before I burnish everything and get it all scored. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, actually I like to burnish this way. I like the mountains on the inside, just a preference. Okay, so this is where, now I don't know if I mentioned it or if you heard this from the beginning. I did get this idea from Karen Titus a long time ago. Now, the couple things I did differently is I added space so I can add more cards. Hers is kind of just folded like this, and you can put the cards in. I decided to put a space here to add a little more cards. I was doing it as a Christmas gift, so I just really wanted to make sure that I had, you know, more room than just a few. But this is really a great idea for team members or a neighbor, somebody you just want to give the cards to. And you know how you have so many leftover cards a lot, and you just want to kind of pass on some cards. And this is really a good way. All right, so now we have all of our scoring. We have our cutting out. We have our little wedging down here. And basically, this is going to be your folder right here. Now, we do have a corner punch, and I used to have one, and I cannot find it. So, unfortunately, I have to use another brand that I've had. Because I can't find my other one. So I like to fold my corners and put them together just so you know that they're going to be the same. when you put them in, and that way they are the same right there. Okay, so we're just doing that on the top, and now I'm going to fold this. Oh, okay, yeah, Patty, it's this is probably 5 years old. I kind of wish I would have put a date on here, but I didn't. I just said original idea from Karen, made changes by me to add more cards, and that's all I look. It's poor thing. Okay, so I thought it was a brilliant idea. So then what I do is I'm just going to put these together, and I just like to make sure that my edges, especially on the outside edge here, are close to the same, because when you close it, you could just barely see a difference, and it's super close to me, so I'm fine with that. I'm just going to do my corners, and it barely takes anything off because it's wedged and at an odd angle, so it's not really square to go in there, so I'm not worried about that. Yeah, Patty, I did too. I just wanted to be able to really make it a substantial gift, you know. I do like the idea of the smaller ones if you just want to give somebody 4 cards just as a little thank you. But since this is a big gift, I kind of wanted to do it differently. All right, let me grab my piercing mat. And I want to make sure I'm grabbing the one for piercing because it's a little more loved. And as you can see, so I'm going to be piercing in that in a minute. Now, there is a tool you could use. All right, so I'm going to hold it like this. This is where the bottom of the flaps are. So I'm going to go to right about here. I want it just above that because this is where the ribbon's going to go and hold your cards in, okay? So what I did is I took an old, a hole punch here, just a regular one. Now, had I had my little corner thing, I could probably use the other little slit there, but I'm going to turn this and just kind of put it, you don't want to go too far in. Okay, so now my little things end right here. Okay, so right about there. So I'm just going up a ways. Now you don't want to go too far in this way. Remember, your card panel is going to be on the front. But you don't want to go too close to the edge either because it's easier to rip that way. All right, so I just kind of make sure it goes all the way through both sides. Now here's where it gets just a little cheesy, because if I had one of those long crocodile things that you could put hole punches in the middle of something, that would be great, but I don't. So what I did is I just kind of opened this up and laid it down on my piercing mat. And you could take a ruler if you want. I didn't feel like I needed one. I'm just going to go all the way across and go to about right here and poke a hole. And then I just poked a couple holes. I'm sure you probably have a much fancier way to do that, but it's just enough to get your ribbon to go through. So same thing, I'm just going to go across and go about right there. And once I do a couple holes, I put this in and then just kind of go in a circle so that it doesn't look terrible. But that's how, yeah, a hole is a hole. So that's how I did it. So I'm sure there's a much prettier way to do that. All right, so let's set this aside for now. So we've got that part done. I'm going to go ahead and make the other one just like this one, and it was super simple. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is 3 3/4 by 5. So let's go ahead and adhere those. And I made the top fairly flat because this could be put into a drawer or even setting out. I just don't want stuff, you know, getting caught on it. And so I really didn't pop up a lot of items. I definitely didn't pop up the panels. So we're going to do that. Then I took some Whisper White, or Basic White, I guess, and I took the largest of the scalloped, of course, from my favorite Stitch So Sweetly. And then I added this with the Meadow Moments folder just because it's got cute little butterflies on it. And so I thought this would be a cute little folder. The back of this paper, I love all of this paper. I can't handle it. Every time I glue something down, I'm like, oh, but I like that one too. All right, so this one I glued because it's embossed. You know, I like to put glue on it just so I know it's going to hold really, really well. I've never had it lift with seal, but I don't want it to when it gets to where it's going. So, oh, let me see if I can straighten myself out here. All right, so I'm just going to add that on there. So super simple. Layer it up a little bit. I do have some Flirty Flamingo. This is 4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And then this is just a scrap piece. So let's do this first. We're going to bring in our sentiments, which I am using. And I'll need to update this on my blog because I decided to change it up at the last minute. But I am using the Strong and Beautiful. This one is not listed. So I will get it listed on my blog and update the one below when I'm done with the video. So I did change a few things and add some different things. I just liked this idea better. So I'm going to do Happy Mother's Day. Trying not to get my head in the way. Don't forget, if you're new, if you weren't here at the beginning, I am doing a raffle. It'll be posted, the winner will be posted on my blog tonight. Not my blog, sorry. On my Facebook page, Marcie Besecker Designs. It'll be 10 o'clock Pacific time. So if you share this video, then I will put you into the drawing, but make sure you comment that you shared. All right, so now I love this. You are like a diamond, resilient, strong, and beautiful. So I'm going to put that on here. All right, so those are our 2 sentiments. And then I wanted something that was going to fit but not be too overwhelming. A lot of punches are not this long. And so I found in the, I always want to say the Hungry Hippo. I found in the Hippo and Friends, you're going to want the smallest die right here. And let's pull in our, I think I can fit this in the mini. So I'm going to move my paper over and just set it over here so it's on the surface here. Hi Samantha, welcome. I think I pretty much pre-cut everything else. I just wanted to add this in here. So we're just going to add this. I like to do it towards me so I can make sure it's nice and straight and all of that. And then I'll add a little piece of tape just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Oh goodness. Oh, and if you guys are interested in the paper pumpkin, don't forget tomorrow is the 10th already. Time is flying. All right. So if you don't know what the giveaway is on my free drawing, it will be this adorable Sending Hearts add-on. And you don't really have to have the paper pumpkin for this. It would be perfect for the little snail set too, because you have some cute sentiments in there. But these make little boxes like this. So cute. I don't know what I put in here. Oh, look. I could fit 4, but I had 3. And then someone said, oh, you could put 4 in there if you turn them. And I did. It was a great idea. But the 4th one never made it in. So 3 or 4, depends on if you want to save chocolate or eat one and give 3. Oh, it is, Karen. This month's paper pumpkin is really pretty. I think you can mix it up and do Mother's Day. You could do, you know, a lot of different things with it. So let me get that off. All right. And you even have a little butterfly in here if you wanted to use it. So this is a really cute set. This is kind of the set I was talking about. Somebody mentioning that they like to put their dies in with their stamp set. This is exactly why I don't, because these can all be used for so much more than just that stamp set. And I would forget about them. I would forget that these were here if they were tucked away in the stamp set. So I obviously was playing with glitter because I have it everywhere. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to cut our edges here, and I like to, so this seems kind of long, I like to just do my little flag here on the end. And yes, we have a punch for it. We could do that too. If I was doing a lot of them, that's probably what I would do. But I'm just doing the one, so let's just do it like it is. So there's that. Oh, Karen, that'd be great. I have a link down below. I would love it if you use it. It'd be appreciated. An extra January paper pumpkin. Are you a paper pumpkin subscriber? There is a Facebook page you can go on and just ask. And a lot of people usually have extras. All right, so now, of course, I still have my extra butterflies. So I'm going to pull out this one and this one. And I'm going to curve their wings just a little bit, if I can pick them up. Thank you, Karen. All right, so I just like to crease them in the middle, like this, and then I like to just do their wings a little bit. Like I said, a lot of people are like, how do you come up with ideas? Like I said, this is Karen Titus's. I just made some changes to it. This was years ago. I think I was a demonstrator at the time, but I don't remember. I'm always looking for ideas or things. Everybody is. So don't be afraid to, keep looking around. And I know people are like, oh, I don't like to copy people. It's not always copying. There's so many times that you'll see an idea and completely change it. Now, this is a lot like Karen's, of course, because it's a brilliant idea. And I decided to make it a little bit bigger and do some different ideas with it. What she does is she'll take an old card, take the front off of it, and then she will add it to the front of her folder, and then put miscellaneous cards inside, which is brilliant because you could just give those as a gift. You could give them to, your waitress, or, whenever we used to be able to go inside restaurants. But anything like that. I like to put the larger ones on here because this is on the front. Oh, I usually like to angle them right, but that's okay. Just so that they're nice and secure. All right, make sure when you put these on that your words are showing. So I'm going to move this so my little wing is right there, kind of in the H is what I want to do. And then I'm going to tuck that under. And I did pop up the butterflies, and I am going to pop this up. So that is kind of why I didn't want to do the panels, because I knew I was going to pop these up. So you can always change things up. You might get an idea of something from this card or that card, and then you'll see something with colors from somebody else, or a stamp set they use, and you could be putting 5 and 6 techniques together that you've gotten all over the place. And then the hard part is, okay, I need to move the butterfly because I want to tuck this under. So I need to move this up a little bit. So I'm going to move that like over right there. Let's put this down first before we push it down. I think I centered the other one, kind of. I think that's fine. All right, so I'm good with that. And so even later on, you might, oh, darn, Samantha, that's a bummer. So even later on, you may come up with an idea that you've seen before, and it's not going to be exactly because you saw it, you know, months ago. But I definitely try to write the person's name down if it's something I saw like I did on this years ago. I write myself my little recipe sheets if they don't have them available. And then I always try to write their name down. Now, if it's something I just happened to see in passing and didn't write it down, then of course I try to say, you know, I saw somebody create this, but I don't remember who, because that does happen. All right, so I did my 3 stones on there. We're going to go ahead and glue this right here. I like to put this on first, just so I know, make sure I'm good with all the holes and everything. And I am. All right, so you have until the end of the night, 10 p.m. Pacific time, to share the video, and then I will put you in a drawing. All right, so we're going to add this on here. And I'm trying to get it over closer to the hole. I want to make sure my little handmade hole over here is going to be okay. That looks good. And now for your ribbon. I start from here and I go in, because just remember, you want it to come across your cards. So now I'm going to come outward here, and this is kind of the tricky part, is that little hole. I don't want to make it too much bigger than it needs to be. And of course it depends on the ribbon that you do. Oh, you know what I'm going to use is this. So I have my tweezers that I can use. And then just grab it. Oh, and somebody mentioned the other day that they had wished that I had closed captions on, and I did. I checked the video, and I did, so I'm hoping that you were able to find that. I try to always have that on. All right. Yeah, always make sure your subscription is ready. I like to do, you know, if you do the 6-month or 12-month or whatever, and then you don't have to worry about it, but then make sure you mark it that, you know, it's going to cancel, and you should get an email. All right, so you want to kind of keep, you know, a decent amount out so that you can tie it. So I cut it off first. Once I figure out that that's plenty long enough, I'm going to cut both off. And now I just make sure that it's kind of straight. Just straighten it out. Come over here, straighten it. And kind of turn it. All right, so now I have more cards to put in. So here's 4 that I'll put in over here. And yes, these are all, they all say a little note, and I'm okay with that because they can write happy birthday, thinking of you, let's get together, so sorry I heard what happened, you know, whatever. But I like to have general ones because there's nothing like going to your stack of cards. Of course, that wouldn't happen at my house because, well, it actually does. How many times do you go to find a card and you just know you have it, because you make cards. And then you get there and nope, no retirement cards or no congratulations on your new job card or whatever. All right, so there's our bow. There's our cards and our envelopes all ready set to go. Turn it on the side. I just really lightly pull up the ribbon. You don't want to pull it too tight because you don't want it to break. And like I said, you could add some eyelets there, or even, you know, even take like an extra piece of paper and reinforce it. But as long as you tell them, just, you know, be super careful with your bow. You don't need to pull on it really tight. And then there you go. You've got your 2 sets. And now I think you could widen this up. This is a 1/2 inch. I think you could widen it up and even make this you know, it's hard to make it a little longer because this is the width of the paper, but you could try and widen that up, just even if it's 1/4 inch. I think it's going to make a big difference. But this is how she did it. And I know there's a lot of different ways that you could probably even make these to where they stay up. You know how they are on folders and different things that we make, that you could secure it. But this is just one piece of paper. So you probably could take, like, you know, something like this just to secure it. Now I'm just kind of showing you an idea, but you could fold it, you know, and glue it on there, and then glue this and make it a pocket if you really wanted to. But I just really like the idea that, you know, you're giving them cards. Here's a cute little carrier for them to put it in. It also shows them that, you know, there's different things that you can make. Yeah, you could, yeah, exactly. You could add an extension. You could actually add it down here and make the pocket higher and wider. And there's all kinds of things you can adjust. And that's my whole point about when you see something someone does or find something that might be what you're looking for, but you might want to make just a couple adjustments. Like I did this one. I just wanted to make it larger to add more. And so again, I still have to finish this one and put some cards in it. But I did do a couple cards. So I just have 3. And I like the idea of doing the theme. But like Karen does, which I love also, you know how you end up with so many cards, is find your cards and make your, you know, just give them a variety of different cards. Like I said, these were a bunch of swaps I did. I just kind of had them in here, I guess. So when I couldn't find them, this is where I found them all. But so you could just put them all in, give them a variety of cards, and they have a lot of different ones. And you could just take an old card front out and put that on here, which is what I did with this one. That used to be a card. And I must have decided I liked the colors and whatever and decided to put it on here. So I hope you guys liked it. This was a little bit of a different video. Mainly it was prompted because somebody had asked me what I did with my cards once I had them. And I do like to donate them. I sell them, but I also, that made me really remember this idea that I've had from so long ago. And also prompted me. I was going to do something a little bit different for the Mother's Day gifts, but I really ended up liking how I did this. And so I chose to stick with that. And I did my rhinestones already, so we're set with that. Oh, I'm glad you guys liked it. So don't forget that this is the month that our butterflies are being, you know, promoted, and we're showing them out there. Again, just a reminder that the paper is exclusive. The paper is going to be going away. So once it's available March 2nd, I would order what you want because it's while supplies last. It seems to be a really hot item right now. So both of these papers here in the middle are only while supplies last. So please don't forget that so you can get your paper. And the first pages there, you can use your die right on top of that. So just a reminder about that. Don't forget our adorable chicks and birthday chicks are so stinking cute. The paper on the right, it's called Natural Birch Color and Texture. It's kind of a wood look. I had a piece out here, but I think, oh, here we go. This is kind of what it looks like. It's like a wood. Now I ran this one in the embossing folder so you can see the texture even more. But like this texture here, that was on the folder already. I mean, on the paper. It does have some wood texture, but not a lot. It looks like wood. I wish I could find my other one that I didn't put through the machine. Oh, here it is. Hold on. So this one, okay, so you can, oh, it's hard to see on my light right here, but let me see if I move my light. So there's a little bit of texture on it. It's really hard to see on my camera. I'm sorry. Let me see if I do it this way. Oh, no. It's hard to see, but it's kind of a thin, on the back it looks like it's, you know, just the, there's like a texture to it. You can see it, but this side you can see it's a little more wood. And so that's what this is. I chose not to use it, but these are the other little dies I showed in the video when I did my butterfly one the other day. Karen, there's new things all the time. We're always learning, right? All right, everybody. So don't forget, in my current month here in February, if you spend $50 and use my host code, you could get the PDF for these fun cards. And if you purchase either of the sets from me, and I'm going to do that in February or March because one of them is on back order, then I will send you the PDF and the kit to create these cards, and you'll also receive a bonus kit. All right, I'd love to have you join my team. I am trying to build my team, and it is such an awesome opportunity. I hope you take advantage of it. The paper that you're going to get, the 200 sheets, are free. I purchased it when it was available for demonstrators, and I'm going to be crafting with that very, very soon. So be looking for that. You don't want to miss out on this paper. It's awesome. And it's a fantastic deal. When you shop with me, of course, here is my current host code. And I have it above right here. If that's ever in your way, let me know. I can always move it around. A lot of people say, I didn't see your code. I didn't see your website. So I just wanted to put that there. It's a little easier to see. So if you share my video today, you're going to go into a drawing for these cute little sending heart add-on. This was an add-on for Paper Pumpkin, but we do have the snail mail stamp set that this would be super cute to play with. And these, oops, I just dropped my chocolates, but these little boxes look like this, polka dots. You can use them for all kinds of different things, but it does hold 4 nuggets inside. It also holds some embellishments. I put some really cute heart resins inside, and it was really cute. Oh, thank you, Karen. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. Again, when you are on my blog, on the right-hand side is where you can shop. If you go to my Facebook page tonight after 10 o'clock Pacific time, so it'll be there tomorrow, I will announce the winner of the drawing for sharing my post. So make sure you mark shared, and I will put you in the drawing. And I think that about wraps up today. I thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you, if not before, I will see you on Sunday at noon. You're welcome, Carol. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.